All right, let's give out some grades. It's a week, right? We've been here for a week. They've really started to ramp things up. Really, Monday is when training camp started because they put pads on, and, yeah, they're just walking through. But we're here on the 5th day of the week, and they've had pads on every single day except one.
Right.
And they've hit in each of those days. Today, they're doing that thing again where they're, like, thudding up at the end of a play,
Nice.
shoulder pad to
yeah,
shoulder
a
pad.
little shoulder pad, a little thudding up.
So just like, hey, get that feeling in there.
Send a message, too, also, because on that Troy Franklin play a couple days ago, it was like, dude, you hang on to the ball. You have to be concentrating all the time. So I like that they're thudding up a little bit.
It's also like, when you shake someone's hand for the first time
God,
and
yeah.
they go too hard, and I'm like, did you just want to measure them? What
Don't
are we
be
doing
that
here?
guy that goes too hard or the guy with the dead fish.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you want me to kiss your hand?
This isn't an arm wrestling contest, and pay attention and show some dang respect. That's kind of what it is out here with those thuds. Like, if you're going too hard, you're like, oh, you're a young player, and I'm going to beat the crap out of you when I can tackle for real.
Right.
So, with that being said, a weekend, really the first full week of football this week. Let's talk about grades. Let's give out some grades on the offensive side and on the defensive side. See, here's how I broke it down. If you want to do it differently, that's all good. But on offense, I went quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers.
Okay.
Leaving out the offensive lines, because there's just not a ton to take away from that right now. Then over here on the other side, defense, just going D-line because you can see what they're doing, putting pressure on the quarterback. DJ Jones said the other day we felt like we had 2 safeties in one practice, then ILBs, then CBs, and then safeties for the category. So that's where we will be grading. And let's start on the offensive side of the ball. And quarterbacks will be our first grade. I got a C+ at the quarterback position. A lot of it is haven't seen much, and that's why. Some of it is, how come Sam Ehlinger is the best quarterback on a full day of practice this week? And again, Bo Nix has had a couple of one turnover, I guess, that got called back because of an offensive or a defensive penalty.
A pick play. Or wait, it was offsides. Offsides on Benito.
Benito got offsides. Riley Moss's interception didn't count.
So he basically has one pick.
And then a couple of plays where Riley's batted things down, and that's about it. But he also hasn't had these big, giant moments, and Sam Ehlinger should not be the best quarterback out here any single day, so that gets held against Bo a little bit. So I'm going C+, flirting with a B.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would go a solid B on the offense, on the quarterback position. Well, maybe because Jarrett Stidham would be included in that.
Yeah,
it might be an F. If you throw in Jarrett Stidham, it just drops the grade down so much.
He had 2 fumbles. Bo had a fumble this week.
I would say it's a B. There's no Sutton. There's no Waddle for a lot of these practices. So Sutton's out here today. Waddle is not. We'll see what Sutton does in terms of so many activities when the team drills get going. But I like giving him a solid B because we know that, with Bo Nix specifically, he's going to be better when everybody's healthy and when it's actually real football. And he's not going against the league's best defense. Now, will he face great defenses? Yes, early on in that schedule. You got to face Seattle, teams like that. The Rams can bring it. Yeah, the Rams are going to bring it. So
Aaron Donald worked out at the Rams facility this week.
They just need to sign it. Like, stop. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing, Hans?
It's what you said. Sign him and say he's not going to show up until the week before.
Week 1.
Yeah.
Right. Week 1 of the regular season. So with that, Bo Nix will be tested, but I have full faith. Would I have wanted it to be an A+? Of course. But it just hasn't been that. So I'm just going to say B because I know it'll be better, and Sutton and Waddle haven't been practicing for most of the time. When Sam Ehlinger had the best day, Sutton and Waddle weren't practicing. So I'll give Bo a little bit of grace there. We've already seen him. We know in 2 years it's been 2 playoff appearances, expecting more with Davis Webb. So it's an anticipatory B, not really a B based on what we've seen. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And look, I get it. If it were
fair?
If it were out the first couple days, I'd be higher up on it with you.
Oh, yeah, it'd be B+, A- type stuff.
It just hasn't looked the same in the last couple of days. And by the way, whatever they're doing here, just they got offense versus defense. But pre-snap, Davis Webb threw his hands up in the air and was mad about something. So that's something not going well to start right there. I have it as a C+. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I'm worried about anything. Here's my grade after 1 week. We're going to do this every week, and I anticipate that it gets higher and higher every single week.
Yeah, and I'd say with Bo Nix, am I biased? Yeah, we're the Bo Show. But
same.
Also, am I grading him on a curve? Yeah, I am, because no Waddle, no Sutton. So that's kind of the reverse curve, right? That's going to change the grade out there for another first-team rep for Jonah Coleman.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And by the way, I will say this. I hope this is for you, too. I don't give a damn if my takes are right. If the teams that I like are doing well, my takes can be wrong forever.
Well, here's the thing about what we do, because so many people get sensitive about, like, I was right or I was wrong or I told you this 4 months ago. Is it entertaining, and can you post an argument that's intriguing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you interesting with what you say?
Yeah.
So when we have a discussion about report card grades, I think that's interesting, whether or not you and I agree with the grades, which right out the gate we don't.
No.
But that's okay, because it's like the interesting conversation. It's not about the shock jock radio. That's so
died
like 20 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so 20 years ago. It's so stupid. Like, you can't do that and be legitimately thought of as, a sports talk show host just to be wild and outrageous. We're not going to do that. We're just going to talk about this team and kind of figure it out. Let's come together on this, but let's make it interesting and let's make it fun.
All right, how about running backs, which includes your dude Jonah?
Yeah.
I know you're fired up for what he's been. What grade would you give running backs?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They haven't been able to get the ground game going.
yeah.
So with running backs, are we just saying run game, or are they also receivers out of the backfield?
Let's include everything.
Okay, if they include everything, then we got to give them a real good C+, like a real good C+, almost B-, because as runners, there hasn't been much room to run out here against this Broncos defense, and that really it's so tough.
It's almost impossible in
right.
this setting.
There's no live tackling,
Yeah.
So there will be a play where a guy gets thudded up, and you're like, oh, look at JK, he could have.
And JK will say, no, you weren't taking me down.
Right. I totally broke that tackle. So because of that, we can't really tell as a runner. We just know they haven't been really gashing them on the ground.
Yeah.
However, as receivers, R.J. Harvey in space, Jonah Coleman catching passes out of the backfield, because of that.
May I interrupt for 1 second?
Yes, go ahead.
Do you remember the last couple of years when I was like, how come they don't have two running backs next to the quarterback?
Yeah.
I think that might be a changing.
Okay. When they ran offset T the other day.
Your guy and RJ together.
That's the way it should be, right?
Yep.
Because then you have two receiving backs. Have them both run wheel routes.
This is exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
This is exciting.
It's exciting to see the design. It's exciting to see it carried out. Now, they're just doing a walkthrough right now, but it's cool to see the formations. We know who the starters are. Right.
And I'm not going to give up what they were just doing with those two.
Right.
Because we're not allowed to or supposed to do those things. But I'm a-looking and I'm a-liking.
Dover likey.
Yeah,
Tommy
I like
Wingy.
this a lot.
yeah, it's good. Making plays out there. But for the running backs grade specifically, I think we have to give it like a real good C+. Real good C+.
Okay.
If we take in the receiving factor, R.J. Harvey, very dangerous. And Harvey in space, it's been a star of camp. Like when they get him to space again, running has been cramped. But receiving, the backs that are receiving, J.K. is not as much, but certainly R.J. Is showing up in a big way.
And you know that's not what J.K. is going to do. So I'm with you at a C. I'm going solid C grade
I
there.
go C+. Give him a C+.
And you go C+ of, the big pass play for R.J., that's a huge one. Again, if you can't hold it against R.J. that Lucas Kroll had a pick play in the middle of the field, it just doesn't result in what it should have resulted in. And it is. I'm acknowledging this isn't a fair grade because they're not tackling, and you really don't get to see that. But
that's fair.
The little glimpses I've liked, you just want to see a little bit more of those, so you go C. All right, I have two more offensive positions, tight ends and wide receivers. Then over on the defensive side, D-line, inside linebacker, cornerbacks, and safeties. We're going to get to those grades coming up next.